Joining me on the line, he is a member of the Tedeschi Trucks Band. Ladies and gentlemen, Derek Trucks is on the line with me. What's going on, man?
How you doing, man?
Hey, all right, so let's start out here. What's it like to be on tour with your wife?
We were married a good 10 years before we started a band and had kids, and then we were like, I think we're ready to start a band together. So you don't go into it quickly or lightly, but I got to say it's really been amazing and much less insane than I thought it would be. Maybe it helps when you like what you're doing.
Well, the reason I ask is because, I'm married, and, for everybody that's married out there, working with your spouse is either going to be really, really good or it's going to be insanely bad. Like, I don't think there's a lot of in-between ground on it,
I think that's probably true. We're 10 years into this band, so we lucked into it being insanely good. But I guess it could be a coin flip for a lot of people.
I mean, do you guys have those married moments on the road where it's like, something with the band, but then something that's eating you outside of it? Like, well, you did let the kids stay up all night playing video games or something. Creep into it.
Things come up. I mean, we are really good about trying to deal with things. And not, we try to not let things linger too long. We do have multiple tour buses on the road, so there's always a place to get away if you need to. And it's a 12-piece band, so there's someone that will go have a beer with you if you need to. So that's good.
Susan, I don't know how to tell you this. I'm riding on the other truck tonight.
Exactly. I'll be on the red bus.
Derek Trucks joining me right now. They're coming to town, Stevens Auditorium, Wednesday, January 22nd. We got details at the website now. Now, I think it's important, and I think you've probably been asked a million times, but your connection to the Allman Brothers.
I was in the band from 99 until the last show they did in 2014, so 15 years. Started playing with them early on. My uncle, Butch Trucks, was one of the founding members, the drummer. And, just family. I mean, it was always there. That music was always there. And,
I thought that was so fascinating when I was kind of, studying up on you. And it was one of those moments where it, clicked. And it's like, oh, okay, I get it. But I got to ask you, Wikipedia has it written like this: became an official member of the Allman Brothers Band in 1999, right?
Yeah.
How did they, because it's one thing as a musician to go play with another band. It's another to be asked to be a member of said band. Was there that conversation with you guys, or was it just like, oh, Derek never left, or...
No, I played, I think I sat in with them when I was maybe 11 or 12 the first time, and I sat in a handful of times over the years. But when the guitar chair opened up in 99, I had been playing with my uncle a bit, and he thought I was ready, but that's not a band where they're just going to let the drummer's nephew come on in. So it was, there was serious auditions, and I had to go down to Sarasota, and the legendary producer Tom Dowd was there, which was one of the few people everybody in that band would listen to and trust. There was a lot of the history of that band. There's a lot of infighting, and the dynamic is wild.
Yeah.
But Tom was the elder statesman. If he said something was good, they all said sounds good. But I think I was there because I'd already played in Greg Allman's solo band when I was in my mid-teens. So I think Greg had thrown my name in the hat. My uncle was down. It was really about impressing Dickie enough and thinking that I was ready, and so I did my homework and I came loaded. And it was a good week, and it wasn't a call I ever thought I would get. I mean, I was deep into my solo career with my own band, and that when I got the call, it was kind of the furthest thing from my mind, but a great honor to get the call, and it was an incredible 15 years. There was a lot of great music played.
So fast forward, you did the Derek Trucks Band. Now you're in Tedeschi Trucks Band. Let me ask you this. When someone goes to a Tedeschi Trucks show now, what's it like? Like, what am I in for when I go sit down?
It's an incredible band. Everybody on that stage could have a solo career. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the two drummers, the rhythm section just puts out such energy. And, Susan she's a once-in-a-generation voice. She sings like nobody else. I mean, I can't think of another voice that could front a band this big and powerful the way she does. And then just the layers of what she can do. And, there's 5 singers on stage that can carry a group. It really is an unbelievable lineup. And we are humbled by it all the time. You look across the stage sometime and just can't believe everybody's up there firing in the same direction.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun, and it's a lot of different types of music. It's a lot of different. It's coming from a lot of places, but it's its own sound. I don't know how you would really describe it, but it's a powerful sound that the band puts out.
I got to imagine with that many great musicians on stage, there's never a show that's exactly the same, right?
That's for sure. I mean, we vary the set list from night to night and really keep track of that. But even within a song that you would play multiple times, it's never the same. There's some really restless musical minds on stage that would totally throw a wrench in the middle of it if it was sounded too similar. Just drop a bomb in it. So I appreciate that. There's you never quite know where it's going to go and when it's going to go, and that keeps it interesting. We're 10 years in, and I feel like the band's still evolving. I mean, there's been a few personnel changes over the years, but for the most part, the core has been tight. I mean, we've lost a few people. Kofi Burbage was with me for over 20 years, and he was a huge part of the band. When he passed earlier in 2019, it really shook the band, but. Mm-hmm. Everybody got so much tighter after that. And,
I gotcha.
And you could feel he was the best musician in any band he was in. He was just that guy. He was
okay.
He was the genius. He was a resident genius, and you lean on that a lot because there's the guy sitting over there that has all the answers. So when he was gone, everyone had to really step it up, and I didn't know which way it would go, but everyone did, and I felt the musicianship outside of Kofi step up because everyone had to, which is an amazing thing. So it's in a healthy place somehow through all the bumps and all the losses, but it's an incredible group. I'm fortunate to know them and to get to play music with them is quite something.
Derek Trucks, part of the Tedeschi Trucks Band, coming to Stevens Auditorium on January 22nd. As a musician, you get a different perspective of going to a show than, other people think. And I can think of, just the little bands that I've been a part of. There's always that moment that you kind of look forward to when you're on stage. What's it for you? Like, what's the song or the part of the song or something that you're like, I can't wait for that?
We do a lot of multiple nights in theaters, so we'll go 2 or 3 nights without repeating any tunes. So you have to find it in different places. And I'll say with this group that there's a few songs that always seem to hit the spot, but you never know when the best moments are going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you really don't know when and where. I think that's what I always look forward to is that moment of spontaneity that happens in the show, there's usually a moment I feel, especially when you're playing one-offs in a town that just you're in and out.
Yeah.
There's a moment, hopefully earlier in the show, sometimes later, where you feel everyone just kind of give in to it. Everyone on stage that just kind of like, all right, this is what it feels like here. This is what it sounds like, and everyone just relaxes and everyone. It's a very spontaneous band, and there's some nights where you push, some nights where you try too hard, or and it's when people let that go, that's when the stuff gets good.
I gotcha.
You look around and you're like, all right, we are locked in. With this band, there's a lot of times I feel a lot of sports analogies with this band, but there's times where you're just in it, and no one can do any wrong. There's other times where everyone is doing wrong. But, that luckily that doesn't happen as much as the other. There's more wins than losses.
Do you ever get the married look from your wife during a set where it's like, why did you do that?
Yeah, I'm sure I do. I don't look up a lot, so I'm sure there's some pictures floating around of stank face. It's like, what are you doing?
There really is. I think anybody that's been in a long relationship knows that look.
Oh yeah, I've done something wrong, or you think I've done something wrong.
My wife, she does.
Which it is.
She does this weird eye roll, and as soon as she does it, I know I'm the idiot. So.
Time to self-reflect.
Yes, exactly. The Tedeschi Trucks Band coming to Stevens Auditorium on January 22nd. Before I know you got to get to another interview here, but I always find it fascinating some of the stuff that's on Wikipedia. How do you feel being called a child prodigy for playing guitar?
Yeah, it feels like a long time ago. I just turned 40, so that seems odd.
I'm coming up on 40 this year, so I kind of know the feeling. Personal life.
It's fine. You'll be fine. It's good over here.
One of my buddies told me at 20, he goes, once you hit 20, it's all downhill.
That's awesome.
You peaked. It's got you listed here, avid Braves fan. True or false?
True.
Well, I got to ask, I mean, just because baseball has been in the news the last couple of days, what do you think of the whole sign stealing stuff with Houston and the manager and GM losing their job?
You know, I think there's got to be rules in sports. I mean, we all hate the Patriots for the same reason, you know. Like, I'm okay with it. I'm sure they're not the only team that did it, but if you get caught, you get caught.
How long until the Braves turn it around a little bit more?
You know, I feel like they have a pretty good core right now. They need a few arms. It's tough, man. The league is tough. There are some good teams right now. I was just glad to see them get back in the playoffs and be competitive. It's fun again. Because I was growing up when those early '90s teams, when they came out of nowhere and then was just in it every year for a while. That was a pretty exciting times. Because when I grew up, it was Dale Murphy, Bob Horner.
Yeah.
And there were a few good players, but the team was awful. So it's good to be good again for a minute. But I'm also a Jacksonville Jaguar fan, so that's a lot harder.
That's rough.
That's tough. And we have season tickets, and we go, and we try. It's hard work.
Oh, brutal. You also got
humble.
Yeah, really. Well, speaking of humble, I mean, true or false, Florida State fan?
Yeah, also grew up in the middle of all that. My uncle Butch from the Allman Brothers, he went to Florida State, so I think our family love of the team came from that. And my father would go to games with him, and that we grew up in it. And those were fun years. The Bobby Bowden years were a lot of fun. It's been less fun lately too, but
yeah, what happened there?
You know, I think Jimbo Fisher pulled the Urban Meyer and just like took the organization down on his way out. he pulled a lot of shady stuff to get that one championship, and then the bottom dropped out, and everyone else has to try to fix it. So we'll see how long that takes.
It almost, like, I'm a college football fan, and it's almost one of those things where you see one of the, big name programs like Florida State, you kind of feel weird or a little bit dirty when you see them not doing well, you know?
It's odd. It's odd. But then you also feel weird when they are doing well. College sports is tough. When I was younger, it was a lot easier to root for it purely.
Yeah, I get you.
It's so dirty. But, my son's a huge fan, so you kind of relive your sports loves to your kids.
There you go. Yeah, I've got a 4-year-old that I've got him able to do touchdown. He'll pay attention to an Iowa game for all of 5 minutes right now.
Well, that's something, man. That's something.
Yeah, and then it's
grow.
And then it's like, Dad, let me watch YouTube.
Can we change this? You cannot.
You wouldn't believe how many times I've had to watch the stupid game on a tablet or something this year because he needs the big TV.
That's funny. That's funny. The things we do as parents.
Oh, God. What's your best piece of parenting advice?
Oh, man.
Yeah, hit you here.
That's it. As soon as you think you know what's up, you're about to learn something, I think. You got to be vigilant, man. You cannot let up. It's amazing, difficult, but beautiful thing. It's kind of like having a 12-piece band.
Yeah, exactly.
There's only 2 of them.
Final question for you, Derek, and I'll let you hit the road. Wikipedia also had you listed as you've been on the Rolling Stones top 100 greatest guitarist twice, right? What's something you're not good at? Like what? Okay,
man.
Like guitar, you're like, just almost Greek god level of goodness here. What's your mortal skill that it's like, man, Derek Trucks is not good at this?
I'm probably singing or dancing. I haven't really tried either one yet, but I feel like it wouldn't go well. I feel like it wouldn't be good.
I don't know, but I was waiting for you to say like carpentry or something like that.
No, man, my dad was a roofer, and we built our studio. Most things with my hands I'm pretty good at. But we get outside of that, it gets a little clunky.
A little shady.
That's right.
Awesome. All right, Derek Trucks, Tedeschi Trucks Band's coming to Stevens Auditorium on January 22nd. Ticket information at the website now, kggo.com. Hey, Derek, thanks so much, man. This was fun.
Cool, man. Thank you. We'll see you soon. Cool, man. Thank you. We'll see you soon. Cool, man. Thank you.